Did you know that female bullies are worse than male bullies in the workplace? According to the Bullying Workplace Institute, women are bullied 80% of the time by other women who report women. Women are bullied 80% of the time by other women, and women who report to women are bullied more than 80%. Have you heard the term queen bee syndrome? Yes, that's a woman being a bully in the workplace. What if we as women had each other's back instead of trying to knock off our crowns? What would the workplace look like then? You see, I was excited to have a female vice president as my leader when I worked in corporate America. This leader was awesome, fantastic. She was so easy to talk to. She allowed me to share my thoughts and ideas and was an excellent listener. We would collaborate together on events and meetings and help to create an inclusive working environment. But unfortunately, that vice president retired and she was replaced by another female vice president. Now, this particular vice president was the opposite of what I had previously become accustomed to. Let's just say this particular leader had a different style that wasn't or didn't feel very inviting to me. You see, I have also had female colleagues who were connected with this individual, and I believe she influenced them because they would sometimes shun me, or sometimes they would just stop talking to me because of rumors or speculations, which were not true. I wanted a female leader who was willing to partner and collaborate with me, someone to help me improve my skills in my position so that I could excel. I wanted a leader that wanted to learn more about me and the team that I managed, someone that was a good listener, an encourager, someone who was willing to stand up for other women and be the voice of courage. You see, by not having this type of leader, this caused me to, you know, feel unworthy. It caused me to work extra time, even during vacation. There was no work life balance for me. I was working extra hours. Then I decided, okay, well, maybe I'm not smart enough. So I went back to school to get more education. And for what? You see, women that bully other women, they do that because they feel threatened and maybe a little bit insecure. When this happens to you, there are two simple things that you can do. And these were things that I did to help me. The first one was I had to log each incident because I wanted to keep track of, was it me thinking, overthinking, what was happening to me? So I logged each incident with details. And then the second thing was when it got really, really bad, I would report it to HR. I did try a couple of things to try to make this relationship work. I tried to have lunch with my leader to learn more about her leadership style and to learn more about her personally, but that didn't seem to work. Then I started volunteering to do more project work, working extra hours, but still no positive reaction. I even went back to school, as I mentioned earlier, to further my education, but to no avail. She did not support it. But I did go back to school anyway. I'm not sure why she felt threatened, but the only thing that comes to mind is that she felt that way because I was good at my job. I knew everything that I needed to do, and everyone knew it. I was the go to person for resolving issues and getting things done. Now, there were three things that I had to do to help myself feel better about who I was and to also sort of check myself. So, again, here I am trying to fix myself, but I didn't go back to school on this one. So if you have a piece of paper, you may want to take some notes on these 3 things that I did that might be helpful for you. The first was I got a coach because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something. So, yes, I had a leadership coach to help me determine if there was anything missing and to hold myself accountable for my actions. The second thing I did was I did 360 feedback with my team because I wanted to just touch base to make sure that, again, am I missing anything? Is there anything that I need to improve to do better? And then, thirdly, I did something totally different. I started an exit strategy because I was really feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling like I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't sure of what my out would be. So, yes, I started my exit strategy plan. And then the unexpected happened. My vice president informed me that the company was going to be making some changes. And within those changes, I would have to reduce my staff by 50%. Now, this was very upsetting to me because I cared deeply about my staff and their well-being. And it was also during holiday time. It was Christmas. And on top of all of that happening, I felt like my world was coming to an end because I couldn't control the situation. And I thought that I had failed myself. I thought that I had failed my team. But most importantly, I thought I had failed my family because I thought I was letting them down. I was the primary breadwinner. But then something else happened. December the 4th, 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, when this happened, I was devastated at first, but then I realized that cancer was a blessing for me. It was going to be the new life for me. You see, it wasn't in a book that I read. It wasn't something that I was told, or it wasn't a movie. It was the realization that I needed to lean into my courage and speak up for myself and focus on my new purpose in life. So I took action on this new way of living, and I took early retirement and started my own business. But when I did that, there were 3 simple questions that I asked myself. Number one, and I want you to write these down for you too. The first question was, how is my life right now? Am I happy with the way things are? Do I want to make some changes? Number two, how do I want my life to be? What is that strategy? What is that goal that I'm looking for? And then thirdly, what am I willing to give up to get there? What am I willing to give up to get there? So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get to where you want to be? You see, I leaned into my voice and I stopped waiting for acceptance from others. Having cancer was truly a blessing for me as it allowed me to be my own boss and live my best life. I urge you all to take action today and lean into your courage. Find your voice and speak up, not just for you, but for other women that are in the workplace that may be suffering.